My name is Jason from Anima Audio, and in this video, I'll be showing you how to turn this simple pad into this. This video is sponsored by our Vital Pack Aurora, which is full of synth pads like the one we are going to be making in this video. It is available on our website, anima.audio. I'll leave a link in the description if you want to check it out. So what defines a synth pad? Synth pads can be a lot of different things, but they tend to share some common characteristics, mainly from the amplitude envelope. Generally speaking, synth pads have a slow attack, a high sustain, and a long release. Also, this goes without saying, but they are generally polyphonic sounds, which means we use them to play chords, unlike basses and leads which only play a single note at a time. Alright, now let's put all these elements together. So why does this sound so boring? Even though it is technically a synth pad, it is lacking one major element: movement. And movement is going to be the theme of the video, and is ultimately the secret to making your pads have depth and beauty. By the way, if you like the Vital skin I'm using, it is part of our pack Memoria, which is available at anima.audio. And right now we are actually having a sale where you can get both Aurora and Memoria for a discounted price. Now let's get back to the video. I generally like my pads to have at least 3 layers: a tonal layer, a shimmer layer, and a texture or noise layer. It is worth mentioning that I'm going to be making this pad completely from scratch without any sort of reference or template to go off. So instead of following along exactly, I encourage you to watch the entire video, then make your own sounds inspired by the techniques I'm about to show you. Alright, starting off here, I'm just going to turn down the volume a little bit, and I generally like to use a sine wave instead of a saw wave with the squeeze morph parameter enabled. I feel like this gives me a lot more control over the timbre and the harmonics of the tonal layer. Next up, I'm going to set an envelope on envelope 2. I'm just going to turn the attack up a little bit and create something like this. Listen to what happens when we put it on the squeeze parameter. I think I'm going to make this attack just a little bit slower. Next up, I'm going to add some unison. I'm going to go for 5 voices with 4% detune. You can already see we're starting to get a nice full sound. I think it's time to start working on our shimmer layer. I really like to use a high-pitched saw wave with lots of unison for this. Maybe we can actually put some sort of modulator on the unison detune in the future. I think I want this oscillator to be delayed a little bit and fade in very slowly with a long attack. So I'm going to set that up on envelope 3 right now. Also, I'm going to give it a good amount of release so it continues to ring out after we stop playing the notes. Let's put this on the level. It's getting there, but I think it needs some more movement. So maybe we can create a really fast LFO that acts as a tremolo. I'm going to click and drag this LFO onto the envelope 3 modulator on oscillator 2's level. This way, both the envelope and the LFO will work together to fade the sound in. This sounds alright, but it's really extreme for my taste. So I think I'm going to create an envelope that adjusts the frequency of LFO 1. I wanted to start out quickly and get slower over time, so I think actually we can bring the attack up even more. I think this will do for now, but I'm not totally happy with it yet. Now I'm going to enable oscillator 3, which I want to be a really interesting arpeggiated texture layer. I have a really neat trick I like to use for this that we're actually going to make a full video on eventually. But basically, I'm going to set up a pluck shape in LFO 2. And now I'm going to set it to a really fast frequency. Let's bring the level of oscillator 3 down, and then drag LFO 2 onto it. Now let's click and drag the note control onto the delay. Since all these controls are polyphonic, it'll actually create a sort of strum effect as we play notes. The higher notes will get delayed more than the lower notes. This sounds cool, but it's really extreme, so let's make some more tweaks to it. Now I'm going to go into the mod remap, and I'm pressing down the C note on my MIDI keyboard where I want this to start. We can see it lighting up on the mod remap right here. I'm just going to click and drag this down, which makes the delay start almost instantly. Next, I'm going to play with the smoothing control to get a sound that's a little bit more pleasing. Let's put envelope 4 in the frequency here as well. Yeah, I really like this effect here. Next up, I'm going to enable filter 1 and set it to a low pass with the resonance all the way down. Let's set it to a 24 decibel slope and make sure that oscillator 3 is the only oscillator that's being routed in. Now I'm going to click and drag LFO2 and put it on the cutoff of filter 1. Let's give it a little bit of key tracking as well. Maybe we can have envelope 4 on the cutoff as well. The note pattern sounds good to me, but I think it's a little bit boring. Let's give it some unison. I'm going for 3 voices with 4% detune. Actually, let's see how some resonance sounds with a lower cutoff. Maybe a tiny bit less delay? Right now I'm just experimenting to see if I can get a sound I like. Let's hear how everything sounds together. I'm going to jump into a fresh instance of Idle, and we're going to create our noise oscillator. I want to make a simple patch that's a little bit plucky and sounds almost granular. Then we're going to key track this in our old patch to create a really interesting texture. So this sine wave will do well. I'm just going to create a plucky envelope here in envelope 1, give it a little bit of release, and maybe a little bit of white noise as well. That's a pretty good starting point. I think it needs some more harmonics. I'm just going to add something like this for now. And I think maybe a filter will do well here. Just a 24 decibel digital low pass. Yeah, that sounds pretty good. I think the starting pitch is a bit low, so I'm actually just going to bump it up 2 octaves here in the master transpose. I want to give it a really funky delay here, so let's select mid ping pong and give it some really interesting values for the tempo. I'll go 8th note on the right channel and then maybe dotted 16th. And we can high pass this a little bit, give it some more feedback. Yeah, that should work pretty well. Maybe even some more feedback. A little bit of chorus, just default preset, some filtering, turn the mix down, and a super simple reverb. Maybe high pass the chorus and delay a bit more. So I'm just going to press middle C on my keyboard a bunch of times and record it. That's perfect. Now I'm just going to click and drag this into our original patch. Let's mute the other oscillators, and now I'm just going to enable key track and phase randomization. Now listen to the sound it makes when I press some notes. It sounds granular to me and adds a really nice texture to our patch. Now I'm going to try playing around with some interesting filtering effects for this. Let's make sure the sample oscillator is routed in, and I'm going to give it a really high resonance. Maybe some key tracking, and create an LFO that will just sweep the cutoff. I always like to make these kind of LFOs stereo just to give it some width. Let's just click and drag this onto the cutoff now. It's interesting, but it's not exactly what I want. Maybe we can slow it down a little bit. It sounds a bit too filtered for my taste, so I'm going to drag the mix down. Maybe just a little bit less resonance. I do like the filter, but maybe the slope is a little bit too much. Yeah, it's sounding really good right here for me. Nothing too crazy, but adding some really nice movement and width. Let's hear how it sounds with the rest of the patch. It's adding a really nice texture layer. It makes me think that we don't need the tremolo on LFO1. You know what? I really like it without the LFO. I think all our layers and elements are where I want them in the patch. It just needs a little bit more movement to take it to the next level. I think we can maybe make our patch feel a little bit more organic with some detune. I'm going to do this with one of the random LFOs. I'm going to set it to seconds again and make it sync. Let's click and drag this onto our master tune. You have to make sure this is always bipolar so your entire patch isn't out of key. It's easy to go overboard with detune, so I'm going to make a macro that'll let us dial this effect in. I'm going to click and drag this onto the control we just made, and now we can turn the macro up to adjust the dry wet. I'm thinking this low pass control could work really well on oscillator too. Yeah, I really like this when it's linked to LFO2. I think I'm going to turn LFO1 into a slow sweeping envelope that we can put on a few different controls. I think I'm actually going to make this one tempo synced. So let's select tempo, and maybe something like 2 bars. I want it to be a triangle wave. So now let's just drag it onto our filter cutoffs and try it out in a few different controls. Maybe even on the squeeze here. Let's hear how this sounds. Yeah, that's a little bit too extreme for me. Yeah, I really like the way it sounds when it's just on the filter cutoffs. I think we're ready for effects. I'm going to enable the multiband compressor, turn down the mix all the way, and we can use LFO1 to bring this in. Now I'm going to add some ping pong delay. I'm going to go for something slower, maybe 1/4 and 1/4 dotted. I think that could sound pretty good here. High pass it a little bit and turn the mix down. Next up, I'm just going to set a super simple reverb. time up, size down, maybe a little bit of chorus, and just play with the filter a tiny bit. Yeah, that's sounding pretty solid to me. I think just a tiny bit of EQ to cut off some unwanted low frequencies. And maybe just a little bit of phaser. Let's throw LFO1 on this as well. And there we have our finished patch. Hopefully you enjoyed this video, and if you want to see more like this, make sure to subscribe to our channel and join our Discord. This patch is going to be available for free in our Vital Essentials pack, which you can get from our website, anima.audio. I'll see you next time. Take care.